What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Toucha the Poet, Trek Through Poetry Podcast. Welcome to another episode. Let me shut that off so we don't get no distractions. I'll leave the work phone on just in case, duty calls. I'm in the my sunroom, so I want to get a different vantage point on this episode here. I want to do a little something different. Oh, don't be noise in the background. It's the cat water bowl, so you know what that is. Let the cat keep getting fresh water. I had an idea for this episode, but I want to stray a little bit because why do I want to stray? I want to stray because I want to take a trip down memory lane, so to speak. What got me into writing, and I'm going to do a series of poems. Let me get it together. That I started way back. And hey, we back to the big book. But you can find my books on Amazon. Taste My Poetry, Taste My Soul, Ballads of a Poeteer, So Toucha Presents Book King, Quotes, Thoughts, and Invocations. All of those are on Amazon. The last of which is also in ebook format. But yeah, this is my my big book right here, where I kept a lot of my beginning poems, and wow, so I had a series of poems called My Thoughts, and the first of which I wrote sometime in 2000. Two of them, let me see, 2 and 3 I did in 2001. Wait a minute. Part 1 was 2001. Part 1 is 2000. Part 2, 2001. Part 3, 2002. Part 4, 2002. Part 5, I don't know. Part 6, 2002. Part 7, not finished. Part 7, not finished, no date. Part 9, no date. That says 13, 17, 18. I'm going to have to go dig in my notebooks to see if I have the other ones. Wow, interesting. But let's get into this because I think this digs deep into me, the human part of me, to give you a better understanding of just some stuff. So let's get into this. My thoughts to you are wonderful and deep, but to me they are chaotic, odd, and weak. Thoughts I show are somewhat fabricated. If I reveal the real me, it could be easily exaggerated. There are a lot of things I can do to satisfy my peers. But most of that is really done to hide away my tears. Most of my life is colored with deep thoughts of sorrow, but it's mostly concealed by fantasizing of more colorful tomorrows. I also live my life looking for no major gains because there is no one I trust to help me ease the pain. In the past, my life has been burnt, rather scarred to the core. Therefore, I leave my back turned to no one, no window or door. At night, I lay paranoid, hoping to find the way. During the light, I feel manic, wanting to run when others want me to stay. I find it hard to give my all to one person because they may lack certain qualities. I like the attention from many. Together, they form that one personality. I look at myself as a gypsy or maybe even a nomad, moving throughout the land, gathering up things in life that I once never had. On the day I gave up my wife, I feel I lost my child. Now, there is a mother enforced barrier that's very fierce, which I thought was mild. When I look back at my life, if I could do it all again, oh, to hell with that, I'd probably do it all different or wish it all would end. Now, when I lay down and my mind feels like it's on fire, I wish I could close my eyes and let the whole damn thing retire. Why in the present do I share a love that's empty on my part? It probably wouldn't be there if I didn't initiate it with a promise from the start. My life to me, such a baffling thing. It's amazing to see to others the joy that it brings. Living each day to the fullest like it was the last. To that day, I'm like the thinker, stoned, sitting on my ass. My thoughts come to an end for now. I'm vented and overjoyed, and yet I have no answer to fill my many voids. Yeah, wow. It's been a long time since I read that, and I noticed that that's not published in any of my books. So this is probably the first time, other than allowing a couple of people hold this book and read through my stuff, this is the first time that I've publicly read that. And as you can see from the context, from the theme, the direction that was in, I was not in a good place. You know how a car looks good on the outside, but under the hood it's not all there. So that's where I was at that time when I wrote that. But I've definitely come a long way from that. I was struggling with a lot of stuff. Most of it was because of me, my immaturity, not knowing, not caring. All those low end thoughts, those low vibration thoughts, that bad energy. I had all of that flowing through me, just really, really, really bad. I'm glad that I've come through that and away from that. I'm a much, much happier person. I have a better outlook on life. But, I'm not the only person on the planet that goes through stuff like that. And we all need to realize that it takes perseverance. It takes resilience. It takes you wanting to rise up, stand tall, accomplish, feel good about yourself. All of that to me is internal. Yes, there are outside, factors that complement that, encourage that. But at the end of the day, however you get to that good place, that happy place, that healthy place, most often it comes from within. And you can't allow yourself or allow yourself to allow other people to drag you down. And I think that's one of the bigger things with life in general. Your life is controlled by you. You control that. You control the inputs and outputs. And if you are serious about yourself, you'll make it through most things unscathed. Like, seriously. Back then I was just wilding out. I was doing the most back then, but I got to that point to where, I was like, let me get myself together because, this is not it. I was not on that path of self-destruction, so to speak. Like, I know some people turn to drugs, alcohol, and other stuff like that. But I was doing some not so productive stuff. But at the end, it wasn't like detrimental to my freedom or my life or anybody else's life for that matter. So I definitely use a lot of the outside stuff. I used a lot of the outside stuff to build me up on the inside. And when I did build myself up on the inside, it kind of put a shield in the outside. Yes, there have been chinks in my armor here and there, but overall, it's like, yo, I can't let nobody, you know, keep me back. And that's pretty much what I was doing because I didn't know any better back then. Yeah, I didn't know any better back then. Like I knew better, but I didn't know better. And like they say, when you know better, you do better. And I got to the point where I was doing better. But yeah, that's that. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Trek. Well, not the. Another episode of Trek Through Poetry podcast. Make sure you check me out on whatever podcast platform that you subscribe to. Hit up my YouTube channel. I'm definitely dropping more stuff on there as well. And that's what it is. I will check y'all later. Soul Toucha the Poet. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell notification on YouTube, share the podcast, all that good stuff. Check you out, and I'm out of here.